Coming up on News Watchin', we'll have updates on the nomination for a new Attorney General.
Frank Robertson passes away at the age of 83.
And will this year's Oscars have a host? All that and more coming up on News Watchin'. Good morning, I'm Amanda Chin.
And I'm Jonathan Iris. The game of baseball lost a legend on Thursday as Hall of Famer Frank Robinson passed away at age 83 after a battle with bone cancer. Robinson is still the only player to win MVP in both leagues and racked up 586 home runs over the course of a 21-year career. His impact on the game may have been even greater after his playing days were over, as he became the first black manager in MLB history in 1975 and went on to manage for another 31 years.
President Donald Trump criticized Governor Andrew Cuomo's new abortion law during his State of the Union address last Tuesday. Cuomo's Reproductive Health Act was signed on January 22nd. This allows women to receive an abortion even after 24 weeks due to severe risks. President Trump believes that fetuses can feel pain after those 24 weeks. He is urging Congress to pass a law that bans late-term abortions. Cuomo has defended the state's Health Reproductive Act, and he says that President Trump and his supporters are attacking women's rights.
Well, as if being the only species to make delicious honey wasn't enough, a new study published in Science Advances has shown that bees also have a grasp on basic math. Scientists trained individual honeybees to recognize colors as plus or minus symbols, and then, using this method, the bees were tasked with solving basic problems. Shockingly enough, the bees had success rates of up to 75%, slightly higher than my grade in high school geometry.
The Senate Judiciary Committee voted Thursday to advance William Barr as the Attorney General nominee. Now he must be confirmed by the Senate, with the vote coming next week. The committee voted 12-10 along party lines to advance Barr. If the Republican-led Senate does the same, he will be confirmed. Democrats and some Republicans want Barr to commit to releasing the entire Russia report when it is finished. New York State police unions have opposed the legalization of recreational marijuana. A spokesperson for police unions says that using marijuana is an act of total irresponsibility. The 45 unions that are represented believe that Governor Cuomo's plan is a money grab. This comes after Cuomo is pushing to legalize the drug, following in the footsteps of 10 other states. If the governor's plan were to pass, it would bring in more than $1 billion annually.
And a joint drug bust by Australian and U.S. authorities at the Los Angeles Long Beach seaport in mid-January has set the record for the most methamphetamine ever seized on U.S. soil, police report. The record 1.7 tons of meth was packed in crates and was supposed to be shipped to Australia before its seizure on the 11th. Yes. On top of the 3,810 pounds of meth, authorities also found 55.9 pounds of cocaine and 11.5 pounds of heroin, adding up to a total street value of a whopping $1.3 billion. And the NCAA Men's Basketball Selection Committee released their current seeding for teams 1 through 16 on Saturday in preview of the 2019 March Madness tournament. The Duke Blue Devils, led by freshman stars Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett, took home the honor of the #1 overall seed, with Tennessee, Virginia, and Gonzaga rounding out the top line. Sorry, Villanova and Virginia Tech fans, your teams were two of the most notable omissions from the rankings.
Well, it's official. This year's Academy Awards telecast will not have a host. ABC, which will broadcast the 2019 Oscars later this month, announced last week the ceremony will be hostless. Actor and comedian Kevin Hart was originally announced as the host back in December. Hart then stepped down due to criticism over his past homophobic comments. Ellen DeGeneres was one of many calling for Hart to be invited back. This is the first time an Oscar telecast will be without a host in over 30 years.
I know, it's really disappointing. I heard a lot of support from Melissa McCarthy. I thought they should have given her the gig.
I agree. The opening monologue, there won't be one this year. That'll be really interesting to see.
I know, I'm sure it'll be a very awkward opening. And coming up after the break, the agreement that needs to take place before February 15th to avoid another government shutdown.
Plus, a recap of this year's Grammy Awards. Stay with us.